say I know we're recording because I can see the timer at the top.
Yeah, it says live, but it's also red, so I'm assuming that that means it's recording too. I would assume that this is something that it's a recording app, so I think we're good. And we are live on Facebook, so I will keep watching that. But anyways, so first of all, if you were just watching that last clip, sorry, we had to end that because I didn't know what I was doing. This is our first time on the computer. Me and Maya record a lot on our phones, but this was the first time on a computer. So we figured it out. We figured out how to live stream to Facebook, so we're super excited about that. And hopefully it's high quality. It literally looks incredible. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks nice. So anyways, we're looking good. And so Ashley's going down in history as our first guest on our podcast, Savage and Saved. So we are so excited. Once our new business page goes up, we will start going live over there. But for now, we're just going to go live here. But yeah, Maya, why don't you kick it off? I knew you guys were kind of chatting in the background while I was doing this. So I'd like to kick it off and like get her on the way of telling her story and all the things.
Yes, I'm super excited to be here. Thank you guys so much for having me on. And I feel so honored that you guys asked me first. I love you both so much. So excited to
We love
be
you.
with you guys today, for sure.
Okay, Ash, so tell us where you started. Like, give everybody a scoop because I feel like your story, even if you want to go a little bit like before business, right? Because I know that, well, our listeners, like a lot of people maybe don't really know you. And I feel like
Yeah.
you on the outside, like when you look at Ashley, and maybe you're listening and can't see her, but like she is such a beautiful human, excuse me, like on the outside, but like on the inside, she has such a big heart too. But she has been through like the depths, guys. She has been through and I've chills thinking about it, like so much, but like it has not like stopped her, number one, and it hasn't like dulled her or even like made her less of a giving soul. Like she still gives and gives and gives, and I think that's what makes her such a servant leader, and that's why God continues to bless her. Because even though she's been through this shit, she like deserves this like beautiful abundant life. So Ash, if you wouldn't mind, only share what you're comfortable with, but like tell us like how you got here and also like just a little bit of like your story and like some tips for success for people listening to something like this.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Maya. Oh my gosh, you made me cry.
Oh, you're welcome.
So yes, so I started in the online space like 13 years ago, actually, like around that, because I was experiencing a lot of pain. I suffer with endometriosis, so I couldn't keep a normal job to save my life because I was like always in the hospital or on my bathroom floor in a ball crying in pain. So it was just a lot, and it took a lot of like emotional, it was a lot. It was, I went into a deep depression over it, and this was like right before all of that happened. I was in a very abusive relationship, actually two back to back. So I had some fabulous taste in men. Let's just say that. And it was just so on top of dealing with that and going through those emotions and trying to get over that PTSD from that. Then I had dealt with all of the pain from my endometriosis on top of that. So when I first started in this industry, I was definitely not someone that had a lot of belief in myself because of all the things that I was told. And, before I had those relationships, I was a very positive person. I was like, doing bikini contests and like, all the things. And I was a model. And then like all of that happened and I just did not feel worthy of like anything. At that point, but I was like, I need to make money somehow. So I stepped into this space and it has completely changed my life and I am forever grateful for it. It's like really helped me not only to bring in obviously a lot of money, but on top of that, I've just grown so much as a human and I've been able to help so many other women that are struggling both with like, PTSD from past relationships or childhood trauma or, just depression in general, to women that have experienced, internal, like invisible illnesses too, because that is like a really difficult thing, because everyone's like, oh, well, you look fine, but you're not. It's hard. So I just love that all of the people that I've been able to connect with, and all the beautiful humans that I've met along this journey, and how many lives I've been able to change, not just my own. So that has been a really big blessing, and I just love being able to just empower women to become the best versions of themselves, because like, you are so worthy. And that's just something that I'm super passionate about, for sure. So started in low ticket space for 12 years or so, and LeeAnn and I actually worked together in our first ever company. And then I saw her posting about this company, and I was like, what are you doing? Because my husband was coming home from work in excruciating pain, and was really suffering for, several surgeries, cortisone shots, all the things. And I was like, we just cannot live like this anymore. And I've been making okay money in my low ticket business to pay for, our cell phone bill, groceries, like the little side hustle, money. But some weeks I couldn't even afford that. So I really was looking for something that I could build true financial freedom for my family. And I was praying for an answer. And that's when I landed on LeeAnn's post, and I really resonated with it, because her husband was, had to be put on disability. And I was like, what if it happened to us? Like, we would not be able to survive as me being a stay-at-home mom with my little side hustle business that I had. Like, we had to find a better way. And I knew that going back to a 9-to-5 was not going to get us that. So I started this business. I just had my 2-year anniversary, and I've been able to bring him home and fully retire him. And I've been able to help change so many other families' lives with this business. And I'm like really emotional, because 2 of my girls are like popping off like crazy right now, and I'm so proud of them. It just makes me emotional, because I was just talking to them this morning, and they were like just beyond they didn't even know what to think. They're like, well, I don't even know, like, is this real life? Like, and I'm just like, yes, it is. Like, and you're doing it, and I'm so proud of you. So yeah, I'm just super excited for them.
And didn't one of the girls just say 4A? I was gonna say, because I think Tori.
Yes, and Morgan is getting ready to hit. She's gonna be 5A. Like, she only needs 2 more sales to hit 5A. So
exciting! Oh my god.
Yes.
I love it.
Super
You
proud
have
of
been a
them.
rock star in this business. I feel like, when you first got here, because you've had so much success in like all your businesses. You've been like top seller. And I was gonna even say, remember when we did closet candy together? And I feel like that was like our first taste of like together, like actually working together for a minute, and like having the clothes and doing that. But gosh, the payouts were very small there. It was like a lot of work for a little bit of nothing. But no, like, so getting into this business together. I know, like, in the beginning, because like you were just like used to being like a top seller, but like coming from low ticket to high ticket, it's very different, right? So it's like not that it's easier by any means to like sell like smaller like priced products, but it was just different for you. And I feel like coming into this, and I feel like all of us when we first like got into here, we were all kind of like in a weird funky like mindset when we first got here, but like we just kind of evolved together, and have grown together. But having that little bit of a slow start, like I'll never forget, like you would just be like, okay, I'm manifesting this, like this is gonna happen, like even though I have tears right now and it's not happening the way that I want it to, like it's gonna happen, and I gotta like stop thinking that it's not. And and Ashley just was like always the first one. She's always the first one to come off mute and like ask a question. She's the first one. She's always on like every training. She's always just showing up like in your inbox, like, hey, like should I do this or whatever. Like she is just, oh my gosh, she shows up. Like this girl shows up. She's so consistent. She has stayed so close, and that's why Ashley has went so far. And even though like there was a little bit of a slow in the beginning of her business, like that's why she was able to retire her husband. That's why she has people left and right ranking up on her team, and like people on her team having 6-figure cash months. It's really wild to think about, because I couldn't even imagine like making 6 figures in this industry at first, and then like now there's literally people on our team doing it in 1 month. Like I can't.
Yeah, I know. It really, like, and she was a stay-at-home mom that was actually working with me in my previous company, and our teams were falling off. That company actually went affiliate. So I would have like lost all of my income, and this came to me at like the perfect time, because if that would have happened, we would have really been, you know, in a bad place. So she partnered with me here, and she was, you know, bringing in around $500 a month after, you know, her team fell off, and she came here and was able to make her first 6-figure a month just 5 months into partnering with me. So
Yeah,
just
6-figure a
absolutely
month, y'all.
bananas.
Not 6-figure in
Absolutely
revenue.
bananas.
That's 6-figure cash month. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I cannot.
Absolutely crazy. And, you know, the fact that people say, like, oh, this is like a pyramid or whatever, but no. And the fact that someone that I, you know, partnered with me, that I was able to mentor in this business was able to make more than me, that makes me really proud. Like, I'm not mad about it at all. Like, I'm proud of that. Like, that's why we're here, right? Because we're here to help set other families free. And that's exactly what we do, and that's what we're passionate about doing. So yeah, it's been absolutely fabulous. But yeah, I did have a rough start, because you know, I'm not gonna lie, like I came into this kind of headstrong, and I should not have done that, right? Because I was like, oh well, I know what I'm doing. I've been in this industry for so long. Like, I don't need to, you know, like I know what I'm doing. And I followed all of the old ways of, you know, how it worked in the low ticket space. But here, it's so different. And it's honestly like a breath of fresh air, because, you know, as coming from being in these abusive relationships to being like a people pleaser, and then being in low ticket, and you're taught to be a people pleaser in that space too. And then I really had to overcome that people pleasing and step into my power and know my worth and not let people walk all over me anymore. So when I really started to implement that, thanks to you guys teaching me, you know, that like putting my coach hat on and really stepping into my power, and that like letting people take control of the conversation, that's when everything shifted for me in this business. And I went from, you know, a couple of sales to having like a crazy week, and I didn't even know like what was happening. So it was just like wild. It was wild. I was passed out on my kitchen floor when LeeAnn sent me that picture of how much I just earned in a week. And I'm like, what? What is happening?
I know, because she was like, oh my gosh, they're putting this sale. And I'm like, you realize like how much money you just made? And she was like, no. I'm like, send her the freaking calculator. And she was just like, I think I'm going to have a heart attack.
I literally got lightheaded. I was like, whoa, what? But yes, but since then I've had, you know, like a $13,000 sale, like $13,000 commission day, and you know, my team has done, like, we had one week where we had like over 300, and I think it was like $340,000 sales week after that spring event that we had, which was insane. Like, never would have thought that would have been my life or my team's life, but that's the reality of this, and it's a beautiful thing for sure.
It is. And I feel like, you know, like you said, it like really like hit me in the gut. It's like, you know, I wasn't mad that somebody that I brought in has made more in a single month than I have. And it's like, that's so true. And I feel like that's the whole reason of like being an entrepreneur, right? It's like come in and like train other people to get good at whatever it is we're doing. And I feel as if like there is no other like sales model out there, or like 9 to 5 or wherever, that you can come in and they're going to train you to be able to make like a 6-figure cash month, or like make more than them. Like, it's really actually mind-blowing, the potential, especially in our business model, because of the way that it pays. But I can't.
I know it sometimes I still have to like sit there and I'm like, is this real life? Like, am I like living in a dream right now? I don't even know, but it's just wild. It's really wild in the best way.
It is.
I wanted to say something too, because on our last episode, LeeAnn and I were talking about how God will present people with opportunities to be brave and like be courageous, but it's up to us to actually like step into it, right? Like, he won't actually give us the bravery. He won't actually like give us the courage to do it. Like, we have to actually have that and take action. And sorry guys, if you're a mom listening to this, and like, especially a boy mom, and you've got like crazy toddlers, hi. I didn't send my kid to daycare today because he's sick, and I'm like fighting for my life on the other side of this microphone. But what I'm
We're
trying
sending
to
you hugs,
say,
Maya. We get it. We get it.
but like for the listeners, like this is my life. But what I'm trying to say is like Ashley was one of those people, and I was on Ashley's sales call with LeeAnn, and Ashley was one of those girls where she knew she wanted this, and she had thought about this opportunity for a long time, and she prayed on it. And she had ended up like she had never done anything like this. She had never made an investment into herself of this magnitude. Because to get started in a business like what we do, with patented, medical grade technology, it's a 5-figure investment, guys. It's not just like a couple $100. So you have to be serious. You have to be ready to invest in yourself for this type of business. It's a legitimate business. And I remember her being like, I feel like I'm gonna puke doing this. Like, I don't know if I can do it, but like, I know I have to do it. And like, when LeeAnn and I were helping her through it, she was like, I have to do this. Like, I just know I have to do it. And we knew that she was like scared out of her. She was scared shitless. But like, and she was like, I've never like opened credit before. Like, how do I, like, she had no idea. And LeeAnn and I are like walking her through all this stuff. And like, she was like a little baby bird. And we were like, okay, like, we're going to teach you how to fly. But like, we saw the potential in her. And like, she like literally like, God had presented this opportunity to her, and she could have either like walked through that, or she could have allowed her fear to stop her. But no, she chose to be brave. She chose to believe in herself, and look at her now. And like, this is just such a perfect opportunity of her literally stepping into her full power. And she's using her skills, and she's a fucking badass. And I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, and that really reminds me of like that story about like when God there was like that, what was it, like the flood, and that guy was like standing there and he's like, well, God will save me or whatever, and then the God like brings him a boat and he's like, no, I'm good, God will save me, and then the God brings him like an airplane, he's like, no, I'm good, God will save me, but he's like, that like that's like a good analogy of this, because it's like, you pray and pray and pray for a answer and a way out of your current situation and all of those things, and God presents this opportunity to so many people, and then they get scared, right, and they don't do it, and then God's like, hello, like, this is for you, like, you are meant to be a part of this, like, this is why I'm presenting it to you. And God had to nudge me a little bit extra and he did, for sure, because I was scared, but my husband forgot his coffee one morning. I love this story. It's wild. But I forgot my coffee one morning, or my husband forgot his coffee one morning, and he was working close by, so he asked me to bring him his coffee. And I'm like, sure. So I got the kids in the car and like drove there, and there was a sign that said LeeAnn Street, like, or LeeAnn Road or something, and it was like plain as day. Like, I have ADD, so like I typically don't pay attention to stuff like that. I'm just like in my zone when I'm driving, and I saw this sign, and it was like, oh, like just like Heaven's Gate, like it was just like shining bright, like the sun was shining on it or whatever, and I was like, huh. I was like, what are the odds of my husband forgetting his coffee, me seeing this sign? So I like drove home, I like rushed home, and I'm like, okay, LeeAnn, I'm ready. Like, I got my God wink, I'm ready to go. So that's kind of how it happened. Yeah, but that was definitely my God wink. That was like, he was like, hello, like, I gave you this opportunity, it's for you, it's going to change your family's life, like, you need to do it. I'm like, okay.
I know we were like getting your funding, and you were like like applying for credit cards. You're like, oh my gosh, like you're just like, I can't believe I'm doing this, and like you got the amount, and then you're like, like I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, I was so nauseous. I was so nauseous that day, but I knew that I had to do it, and it was like, what's scarier? Like, to me, it was definitely staying in the same space that I was in versus taking the investment. So I knew that I had to just do it and like pack that fear up and put it in my purse and take it along the journey with me, because I knew it wasn't going to go anywhere, right? It was just going to keep growing and getting bigger if I just sat there and let, fear take over. So that's something that like I always tell my people too. It's like, the longer that you sit there, the stronger that fear is going to become. So what decision are you going to make for yourself? Are you going to sit there and let that fear build and build and build and get stronger and talk you out of the very thing that's going to change your life? Or are you going to pack it up in your bag and take it along the ride with you?
Right.
Like, it's your choice, you know?
Yeah, girl. Amen.
Yeah.
It's the same way that I felt too. It was like, it was way scarier staying where we were than to make an investment that I could make back in 4 to 7 sales. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
like I can sell ice to Eskimos, okay? Like I can figure this out. I can make this happen. And I was like a little bit of ego what you brought in because they're like, we were in sales, like we know what we're doing, but this is a completely different game for sure. But no, I completely relate, and I feel like all of the people that have taken my hands and have been runners have been people that, yes, everybody's a little bit scared to make the investment, but me and Maya were talking about this yesterday. It's like all of our runners are people that came in and were like, I know I can do this, like, and stayed
Yeah.
close and like took this serious, and came in, and then that's why every single one of those people are making the income that they are and changing the lives that they are and helping other people duplicate. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's really not rocket science. What we do, of course, is not easy, but it's simple. And anybody, like, I could literally train my daughter to do this. Like, she
Oh,
could
yeah.
literally, at her age, at 10 years old, she could do this. Like, she could figure it out. It's
Mm-hmm.
not rocket science. And like, I just was thinking about Kimmy. Kimmy was like laying these hardwood floors, like she's like sawing, like doing this. She's like, now that is hard work. She was like, what we do is like nothing compared to that. And it's like, it's so true.
Yeah, that is so true. And I was going to mention that too, because you were saying that, we had all this experience and, you could sell ice to an Eskimo and all those things.
Yeah.
But you don't have to, like, the beautiful thing about this is, like, I have people that have never done this a day in their life, and I know we all do on our teams, that have been able to step into this business and have massive success. Like my husband, for instance, it's like he's a lumberjack. He doesn't, he didn't, he doesn't know a lot about computers. He doesn't know a lot about social media. Like, he doesn't know a lot, okay? And if he can do this business, like, and have multiple of his videos go viral and like getting consistent leads every single day, like, anyone can do this. It, like, that just goes to show you, like, anyone can do this
It's
business. You
because he
just
feels
plug in,
confident.
learn. Yeah. And that is a lot to do. That does have a lot to do with it. Like, your mindset and your confidence, like, will take you so far. And that's something that I always tell people too, like, when I get on calls and like have conversations, it's like, are you someone that is confident that this is possible for you? Because if you are, then you're going to move mountains and you're going to make this work for you and your family. But if you aren't, then it's, you have to believe in yourself, that it is possible for you, because if you don't, like, if you don't have that mindset and like that you're going to push, like, and work as like, and not give up when things get hard, like, right? Like, we all have hard days. We all have hard moments in our business. We all have like the roller coasters, the ups and downs, and we've been through it, ladies. Have we? Have we not? But we rise above. We always rise above because we've developed that thick skin, and we work on ourselves and our mindset every single day. And we don't let anything get in our way and stop us from getting to the place that we want to be in life. And that's the kind of people that we want to work with, right?
Yeah.
That's the kind of people
Yes.
that we want to work with.
That is
Yeah.
exactly what we want to work with. Ooh, is Maya still there? Maya's
So we went in and out a little bit.
stopped. I don't know what happened. It said our recording was stopped, but I don't know if I don't know. We're going to roll with it. But anyways, I feel like we're kind of coming up to the end, and I do appreciate you so much for joining us and being the first one on here because, you are a huge core like team player in our team, and definitely one of our top leaders, and I'm just so number one proud of you, but just like so blessed to be in business with you and be partnered up with somebody so you just genuine and selfless, and you're always somebody who is just like the first to like help do this or help do that. Like, you're always just there, you're always showing up. I don't know how you do it all. I don't know how you homeschool. I don't know how you can do everything that you do, like be a mom. She's like homeschooling over here, like running trainings over here, closing calls over here,
Girl.
doing reels in the background. Like she's just doing it all. And you truly are an inspiration. I know,
It's hard, but
I know me and Maya might be your mentors, but I know you inspire us daily, and we just adore you. And I feel like, well, I know this. It's just literally just the beginning of what we started. I know it's been a crazy shit year this past year with a lot of things, a lot of roller coaster rides. That's a bit of one roller coaster ride we've been on, but we've held on for dear life. And I can feel the energy changing. Everything's just the momentum is back, and I just feel like from where we were last year to where we are now, we're literally fucking recording on podcasts and like do like all the shit we've overcome, and like here we are, we're just like, yep, we're just gonna do other shit now. Like let's just add this on, like because we make it happen no matter what. Like nobody's stopping us. Nobody dims our flame. Like nobody's gonna keep us from burning, baby. We burning. Let's go. I'm so excited.
Yes, I love that so much. Yep. Well, thank you guys.
The growth is incredible. Absolutely. I love it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I just love her over here with words.
I know. Oh.
I guess, but you know what? Like this is just goes to show you, like anybody can do this business. Like you can be in the thick of it with your toddler fighting back and forth, and still run a podcast, still be on here, still be showing up, still be doing all of the things, and that's the beauty.
Yo, my toddler's literally crawling on the desk, like fucking, like a little, like a spider right now. If you could see this office, you would be like, what is happening in your house? Like, you don't want to know what's going on in the background. Like, it is chaos. Oh.
You got this, Mama. You got this.
I'm sweating.
I feel you. I was sweating at co-op yesterday because my 4-year-old was being absolutely insane at co-op, and I was sweating, and I was like
feral.
Out. I was like, I need to leave. Get out of here.
Like, can we just talk about something for a second? I was thinking about this before, Ash, and I'm sure, and LeeAnn too, like, we're all very, like, we try to be, like, holistic mamas. Like, we lean more towards, like, as best as we can, like, natural medicines and stuff, right?
We try, yeah.
I feel like maybe, Ash, you're much more, like, holistic even than myself. But, like, me speaking, like, during my pregnancy, like, I had Colby later in life. You know, I'm going to be 35 I am 35, shit. Oh, yeah, I am 35. I know how old I am. So I had him at, I had him at 33, and he's 1 now. So during my pregnancy, I didn't even take Tylenol. Like, I barely drank coffee. Like, I ate really healthy. I worked out. Like, I did everything to be, like, as natural as possible to, like, have the best pregnancy, grow the healthiest human, right? So did all these things, ended up having a tank of a child, like a tank. He was 10 pounds. LeeAnn, I know you had big babies too. 10 pounds. I tried to do like the all natural birth, you know, no meds for birth. Ended up having an emergency section. That's a whole other story. Long story short, this kid is now, he's absolutely feral. He bounces off the walls. He literally licks the floors. He eats crumbs. He freaking eats leaves. He had like a cat turd in his mouth the other day. I'm like, no matter what I did during my pregnancy to keep him healthy, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. No,
it just doesn't matter.
No.
So, like, moms, if you're trying to, like, do everything in your power to, like, be natural and healthy for your children, no matter what, your kid is just going to be your kid. Your kid's your kid. And if he's a boy, like, my prayers to you. Because I love him dearly. I love him. I would not change him for the world. I'm a boy mom right now through and through, but, like, it's rough in the streets. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what,
I feel you. My 4-year-old is very feral. He is someone that will climb to the top of the playground and jump right off. So
no fear.
No
and
fear.
LeeAnn, I know your boys are nutty too.
No fear. God. Yeah, he was riding all the roller coasters at Dollywood, like just every roller coaster he could get on that he was tall enough for, and he's very tall for 4, so he was allowed to get on a lot of roller coasters other than like the upside down ones. And he was like having a ball, and I was just like, it's like, what?
You know,
Like,
like
let's go.
I literally had somebody like come at me because I said my kids were feral, and I'm like, but it's like a fact. Like it's not even
Yeah.
like a thing. Like it's
But
an
it's
actual
true.
fact.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's actually like being nice. So, you can take your opinion and shove it because live a day of my life and you'll be running out on the internet saying they're feral too. Okay.
Oh,
So anyways, I love it. I love it. I love that and that's the thing, like right now, like you were able to choose, like I was just gonna keep my son home, like even though I have this like podcasting recording, but like if you worked a 9 to 5 job, like can you imagine like if you were at your corporate job right now with him, she'd be like, what is happening? She wouldn't be able to, make it work. But like with what we do, like in 1 to 3 hours a day, you can fit this in and absolutely change your freaking life, change your life. And you're with other moms with you to make you feel like you are not alone. We are all holding on to a string, okay? Like we're here. We got each other. We lean on each other.
yes, for
Yeah,
sure.
some days the thread is thinner than others, but like we're hanging on by a thread. Some days it's, we
That's
got
right. We got each other. Well, this was amazing. I love that we had you on. This will go down in history. I'm sure it won't be the last one that we have with you on here because you're always just, rock star over there. But yeah, so thank you so much for we thank you so much for being on here, and we loved having you.
Thank you so much for
And
having me.
yes, this was absolutely amazing. I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, same. I'm excited.